All right, Hall, we're back with another New World video. Hope you guys had a good holiday. Today we're farming air motes and life motes right outside of Monarch's Bluffs. These are some of the more important motes in the game and some of the more valuable in my opinion. So let's get right to it, guys. Let me show you the route that I love to run here, and let's head on over to the gameplay. So as I mentioned, we are right outside Monarch's Bluffs here. You're going to leave the town, head on down the path. There is an iron run you can do right here. And our journey will start right here, sort of right at this intersection right here. There is a lightning beetle right here normally. Now, I've already grabbed him, so let's go ahead and move along the path. And as always with these sort of runs and these sort of farming routes, guys, I do have a map up there that you can follow along. But I always recommend you pull me up and run the route with me, put me in a second monitor, and together we do this. So let's head on over here. Now, this first area is going to have 6 shock bulbs. Shock bulbs are going to be the major draw on this route right here. So here's our first one right here. Now, I've ran this route twice now already in preparation to make sure I give you guys the cleanest run possible. And I'm averaging about 275 air motes and about 125-ish life motes in this route. So it is quite strong. And air motes, sort of hard to find spawn, not really concentrated except for this one area in the game. There is an additional run in Everfall that you can gather them as well. But this is sort of my favorite one. I've done this run quite a bit. Did it a lot early on when we originally held Monarch's Bluffs, and it looks like we have someone else along this route as well. Doesn't look like he's farming. I'm not sure what he's doing. We're going to avoid him. He looks like he's AFK. Grab, there's 2 on the other side of this path here. And then 2 more right along in here. And then after these 2, we will be heading into our life mote portion of the run. So with everything, guys, if you like and enjoy my content, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. I do a lot of farming routes here on YouTube, trying to grow with New World on YouTube. I also put out content and stream New World 5 days a week on Twitch, putting out content on TikTok as well. That's more comedy-based New World content. So all that stuff is in the description below. Would love to see you stop by a stream or say hi over on TikTok. So you want to head along this path right here, and we're going to see our first bit of life blooms right along the edge of this rock here. Head over and grab these life blooms, and then we're going to take a hard left here and head into the cave for what should be a life moth, I believe. 2 life blooms here. Move on over into the cave. Sometimes these lynxes will leave you alone. Sometimes they won't. There's some petal caps back over there, but in the interest of time, so then skip these. Life moth that is always glitched out. There he is. Let's see if we can skirt this edge here. You can continue on. Grab this iron if you want, but we're going to move back sort of inland here for 2 more life blooms. Then another 2 life blooms right over here. So here's our next group here. There's going to be 2 life blooms here, and then I believe a life crag, I think it's what it's called. Life jewel, maybe, up on top of this rock right here. So a little bit of mining, a lot of harvesting. And this route is actually really it's really good because if you do the whole thing sort of end to end and you stop and gather everything, you're gathering a bit more than just the life motes and the air motes, but also a large amount of petal caps. There's some right up here. Hyssop even in this round. Iron as well. I'm going to go ahead and grab these as well. Now this next bit, I'm probably going to fast forward in the video simply because this is the longest part of the run where you're sort of doing a whole bunch of nothing. So we're just going to head on across So normally I see 2 shock bulbs there, and here's the 3 that were missing on the previous run. So I'm going to go ahead and grab these shock bulbs right here. 1, 2, 3. We will come back and grab those other 2 on the second half of the run. But I just wanted to show you guys sort of this area right here in particular, because this was missing on the previous run. You got some warm petal caps over there, a lightning beetle right here. And then the petal caps are not the priority. These lightning beetles are the priority. So make sure no one sniped those from me. And then I'll grab these. And additionally, this route right here is sort of the route people run to move on over to Everfall. So it makes sense that they're maximizing their time and sort of running across the landscape, grabbing the various farming nodes and whatnot. I'm going to grab this present here since we're in the winter event. And then I'm going to cut across and keep moving along to this little shack over here. And there should be some life motes over here. Looks like that has all been picked as well. This is very unfortunate. I may have to run this again. Yep. All picked. There's one that just respawned. Let's go ahead and grab this guy right here. And, yep, these guys are not going to respawn right now. There's one right there. And maybe this other guy will respawn. As I mentioned, this is going to be highly contested as people sort of move in and out of Everfall and Monarch's Bluffs. So we'll check that one. We'll take a peek on that one as we come back. But there are 2 more shock bulbs we're going to be heading to right on over here. And fortunately, it looks like we have one of them there, but not both. Drop on in. The other one typically spawns right there. So we are missing 1 shock bulb. Next sort of part here is we're just going to run to the middle, and I sort of look at this area right here and just run to the middle of it. Those shock bulbs are generally there. Let's go back and check. Oh, got company. So yeah, it looks like lots of people moving back and forth here. These shock bulbs are typically there because they're more off the beaten path. So let's head on down here and grab these shock bulbs. Hopefully they're there. I see 1, 2, and 3. So grabbing that one right there. And another one right here. And our last one of the bit right here. Next area we're going to head back to is the 2 that we saw sort of coming up the mountain. Hopefully they're there still. We did see that guy sort of run down. You know, it's kind of a lesson like, well, do you grab those now, or in the best case scenario, I kind of use them as markers to sort of align my path and sort of how I'm going on the run. We'll see if they are there. 32 meters. And they are there still. So fortunate for us, that guy did not stop for the air motes. But we're going to grab these right here. And then our next stop is going to be right in down this path right over here. Right now, I'll skip the presents. The warm petal caps have been grabbed. 1, 2 right here. Normally 2 life blooms right there. I will skip the present because the life blooms are more important. And then we'll head on over to the last part of our run here, which is this mountain area right along in here. This has got a high concentration of shock bulbs, along with some hyssop as well. If you're not grabbing your hyssop, every chance you see, you're doing it wrong. Stuff, even if you're just selling the hyssop itself, you're not into Arcana, stuff is still very, very valuable here. We're going to head up this mountainside here, and there's our next batch of shock bulbs. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what's really exciting is seeing all these new low-level players sort of in the game. It's super exciting. Hopefully the game is selling well during the holiday break, and we'll get a large bump of influx of new players and new blood. But yeah, So that sort of concludes the last part of the run here. We're going to do one more stop, life bloom over here, as well as 2 more shock bulbs, and then we'll take a look at our grand total there. We did miss some. It wasn't a perfect run. Again, ever since server merges, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But here is a life moth. I said life bloom. And then we'll head on over to the last pit of our run here, which is the shock bulbs down here. And I can see them sort of glowing out in the distance. 2 there. We're going to grab those 2, and then we'll look at our total after the end here and see where we ended up on this run. We ended at 809, so about 250. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. We'd love to hear any other sort of routes that you guys are running and in sort of the success that you are having. And with that, as always, guys, I do appreciate the support, and make sure you subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.